When you were saving for retirement, the rules were simple. Put money away wherever you could and let it grow. But now everything has changed because retirement isn't just about saving anymore. It's about turning those savings into income. And that's where so many people get stuck. You've probably got money spread across different accounts, your RRSPs, your TFSA, and maybe a non-registered account. And now that the paychecks have stopped, you're asking yourself, which account should I draw from first? It sounds like a small decision, but here's the reality. The order you choose can change everything. It can determine how much tax you pay, how long your money lasts, and even how much you leave behind for your family. Get it wrong, and you could end up overpaying the government, losing benefits like OAS, and shrinking your retirement security without even realizing it. Hi, I'm Tanya Solsla, investment advisor at CG Wealth Management. I work with Canadians who've done a great job of saving, but now want to make sure they're spending those savings wisely. In this video, we're going to talk about how to coordinate withdrawals from your RRSP, your TFSA, and your non-registered accounts in a way that reduces taxes, protects your benefits, and helps your savings last as long as you do. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more expert financial content. And if you'd like to see how to apply these withdrawal strategies to your own plan, book a call with me using the link in the description below. Number 1, understand how each account works. Before you can decide where to take money from, you need to be crystal clear on how each account is taxed. Because these 3 accounts, RRSP, TFSA, and non-registered, work very differently. RRSP or RIF once you convert it. When you take money out, every single dollar counts as income on your tax return. So if you withdraw $60,000, that full $60,000 gets added to your taxable income for the year. Think of it like receiving a salary again, but without the option to defer. TFSA. This is one of the most flexible. Withdrawals are completely tax-free. They don't even show up on your tax return. That means they don't affect your old age security benefits or any income tested credits. $60,000 from a TFSA, you keep every single dollar. Non-registered accounts. These are a little different. You don't pay tax on the amount you withdraw, you only pay tax on the income those investments generate. Interest, dividends, and capital gains. And often, capital gains are taxed at a lower rate than RRSP withdrawals. Why does this matter so much? Because pulling $50,000 from a RIF could leave you with only $30,000 to $35,000 after tax. The same $50,000 from a TFSA, you keep the full $50,000. That's why I always start here with clients. Before we even talk about the order of withdrawals, we need to know the tax impact of each dollar. When you understand these tax rules, it changes the way you think about your retirement income. Number 2, avoid the default, spend everything else first approach. Many Canadians assume the right order is obvious. Spend the non-registered money first, leave the RRSP for last, save the TFSA for emergencies. On paper, that sounds reasonable, but here's what happens. If you live on non-registered money for 10 or 15 years and your RRSP just keeps growing, by the time you turn 71, you're forced to convert it to a RIF, and those mandatory withdrawals, they're huge. Instead of spreading the tax over several decades, you're hit with very large withdrawals later on, which can push you into a higher tax bracket, cause you to lose OAS benefits, and create a tax bill for your estate that's much bigger than necessary. Do nothing is still a choice, and for many, it's an expensive one. Number 3, use non-registered assets intentionally in the early years. One smart approach is to use non-registered investments first, but in a more deliberate way. Why? Number 1, these withdrawals often have lighter tax impact, especially if you can realize capital gains at lower rates. Number 2, it lets your RRSP and TFSA continue compounding in a tax-sheltered way. Number 3, it gives you control over your taxable income in your 60s, years when you might be in a lower tax bracket. For example, a couple in their early 60s might live primarily on non-registered assets while taking modest withdrawals from their RRSPs at the same time. That way, they don't create a tax bomb for themselves later. This isn't about draining one account before touching another. It's about coordinating. Number 4, treat your TFSA as your flexibility fund. The TFSA is often one of the most powerful accounts you own, but only if you use it wisely. Because TFSA withdrawals are tax-free and don't affect benefits. It's tempting to dip into it first, but often the TFSA is more valuable later in retirement. Here's how I often recommend using it. Let it grow during your 60s and 70s while you draw from other accounts. Use it as a buffer in the years when markets are down so you can avoid selling taxable investments. Replenish it every year with money from your withdrawals you don't need right away. By the time you're in your 80s or 90s, having a healthy TFSA gives you tax-free flexibility when RRSP withdrawals are at their largest. Number 5, blend withdrawals for the big picture. Here's the key insight. It's not about picking one account at a time. It's about blending. The right withdrawal sequence often looks like this. In your 60s, use a blend of non-registered withdrawals and planned RRSP withdrawals while letting the TFSA grow. In your 70s, coordinate RRSP withdrawals with selective TFSA top-ups to keep income within a manageable bracket. In your 80s and beyond, use TFSA funds strategically as RRSP withdrawals increase. This blending approach helps smooth out your taxable income year by year, reduce lifetime taxes instead of just minimizing them today, extend how long your portfolio lasts without you having to guess. The difference can be hundreds of thousands of dollars over a 20 or 30-year retirement. Here's what I want you to remember. Saving for retirement is the easiest part. Once you stop working, the real challenge begins, figuring out how to turn what you've saved into a reliable income stream without giving too much of it back to the government. The truth is, it's not just about how much you've saved. It's about how those accounts work together. Without a plan, it's easy to trigger more tax than you need to, lose old age security benefits, and shorten the life of your retirement savings without even realizing it. But with a coordinated strategy, you can blend RRSP, TFSA, and non-registered withdrawals in the right order. Smooth out your income, reduce your lifetime tax bill, and keep more of your wealth working for you. It's the difference between guessing year by year and knowing exactly where your income will come from for as long as you need it. So if you're looking at your accounts and wondering, should I start drawing from my RRSP now or wait? Should I use my TFSA early or leave it alone? Am I missing a smarter way to combine these accounts? Now is the time to get clarity. If you want a second opinion on your withdrawal plan, book a time with me using the link in the description below. Let's make sure the wealth you've built works together in the most efficient way possible so you can enjoy retirement with confidence, not questions.